everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you're here today. Today is Monday, September 30th, and I am actually filming today's video today. So I think I said this last week, I am all caught up in my videos, and I'm kind of, this week I am going to catch up a little bit more. I have several videos on my list that I want to work on, and I have a little bit more time this week to do that. Last week I was getting ready for the vendor extravaganza at Anderson Girls. It was a great day. It was a very good show. I did meet a lot of people, so if any of you are new here from that, welcome. I got to talk to a lot of people, and so that was fun, and showed a lot of the wheels and the things that I do. So it was a really good show. So I was busy with that last week, and so I'm playing catch up on videos this week as I'm still trying to get my 2 videos in a week. So yeah, I am going to be working on some dyed Angora this week. I'm going to be working on, I think Friday's video though is going to be specifically Angora, and it's going to be some new and old stuff that I want to show you, and it's going to be a good video, I think. So stay tuned for that on Friday. It will be the Fiber Friday video, which is going to be strictly Angora, although I might talk about one more hand spun thing. I'm waiting to see if I get it finished. So that will be Friday's video, and then I think next week I'll jump into the dyeing. I have several dye videos that I want to work on. Today I am going to talk about not so much a spinning technique, but a way of drafting or holding your fiber while you're spinning. I am fascinated. I've done I did a fractal spinning video. I think that was last year. And that one fascinated me. And I have not taken the time, nor have I had the time to play around with that, technique a little bit more. But I have been watching some videos more recently on different ways of spinning. And it's fascinating to me on color variances when you spin differently, like fractal spinning. If you haven't watched that video, I'll try to remember to put it up here. And it's amazing to me how colors change when you separate out your working fiber that you're using, and the different colors you can get from that. So I would like to play around with that a little bit more. I've also been watching some videos on twist and how to get different twists in your videos. I'm going to be working on a ratio video, which I've said this before. I am not a technical girl. I still have not done my genetics, my rabbit genetic color genetics video, because I just have not taken the deep dive into that. And it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm much more on the creative end of things. But with being a Spinolution dealer and having the wheels with the different ratios and all of that, I want to make sure I understand that more. So I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive into ratios and do a little bit of explaining on that and how it works and why it might be important to know those things when you're spinning. There is so much technical stuff, and there are much more technical experts than I am, but I do enjoy learning these things as we go along. So I'm going to be doing some of that. Before I start this video, I wanted to show you a couple books that are great reference books for spinning. Very basic and very knowledgeable though. The first one is Start Spinning by Maggie Casey. This one I've had forever, and this is a great book. Just how to make good yarns, how to spin, how to draft, how to add fiber, all of the things. It gives you some different, pieces and parts of the spinning wheel that you should know. So this is a great one. I'll try to remember this. I don't know if it's in my Amazon storefront. If it's not, I'll put it there, but I will try to remember to put that in the link below, or in the section below. And the other one I have that I like is Spinning Wool Beyond Basics. This one is by Ann Field. And again, this is the same kind of thing. It goes into different staple lengths and good fleece and understanding your wheel, different fibers. It does talk about that. It doesn't go into to all of the fibers, but it just touches base on some of them. Carding is in here, drafting, all of the things and there's a couple of patterns in this one too. So these are great books to start with if you need to learn more. And one of them, I don't think both of them, I think one of them goes into drop spindling also. Yeah, the start spinning goes into drop spindling a little bit. So that'll give you the basics. Today, we are going to talk about spinning from the fold. Now, this is not something that I typically do. Most of my spinning has been strictly with Angora for the most part. Now, I've had alpacas in the past. I've had Pygoras. I've got the mohair now. But 80% of my spinning the last 20 years has been with Angora rabbits. And so I don't switch up techniques mostly. I am mainly doing spinning the same way over and over and over again. I might change up the, how thick or thin I spin it, but all of my spinning is, sorry, I don't know why I have fuzzies in my eye, but every time I work with I've been carding some Angora, so I've got little pieces floating around here. And I do have notes down here because I want to make sure to touch base on several different things. So when I spin, I am spinning mainly worsted spinning, and that's another video I want to do is worsted and woolen and what the difference is. A lot of us, when we purchase yarn from the store, it's a worsted weight yarn. Well, there's more to it than that. Is when you're spinning, it's a different beast. And so I mainly spin worsted weight yarns, which are short draw methods, and much more. I am giving my fiber or my fiber much more direction into what I want. Where woolen spun, and again, I will do a deep dive into this, but woolen spun is much more airy, and that's more of the long draw method. And so it puts more air into the into your yarn as you're spinning. But with spinning from the fold, you have, and again, it's not really a spinning technique. It's just a way to hold your yarn differently. So you're going to get a different, it looks like, as I've done my research on this, it looks like it's more of a consistent spin. If you're struggling with that, this might help you with that. Also, which I did not think about as I was researching for this video, it also can change the color that you get on your yarn. If you're spinning it from the fold or just spinning it normal, you're actually, if you took, if you split your braid, and maybe this will be another video I do, if you split your braid in half, let's say, and you were to spin one just normal worsted spinning or even woolen spinning, and then did the other half of the braid with a spin in the fold, or holding it with the fold and spinning it off from that, you're going to get a sharper color from your yarn because you're not spinning it this way, you're spinning it here. So your color is going to change, which is fascinating to me. So I might do a little bit more into this than just the basics that I'm doing today. There's lots of reasons why you might choose to spin in the fold. One of those reasons is if you have slipperier fibers, this is a great way to hold those fibers so that you can spin from them. It makes it a little bit more control for you. Yeah, and it does produce a more light and airier yarn when you're spinning from the fold because you're taking right here and you're actually, it ends up being, let me see if I can show you, you end up with this triangle effect. And so there's air in there that we're going to spin, and that's what happens. So that's kind of interesting too. Let's see, did I touch everything? So I'm using just some, this is bunny toes from my friend Carrie over at My Wool Mitten Farm. I'll try to remember to put her information down below. And this is her Cordell Shetland Angora blend. The Angora is mine, the Cordell and Shetland is hers, and she calls this her bunny toes. So if you watch Carrie's channel, you will know every year Carrie does a sock spin, and she puts Angora in all of the toes of her socks when she spins it, and that's what this blend is. And so I'm going to use this today to show you this drafting method, and I'm also going to do it on some Angora just to show you, because Angora is such a slippery fiber. It would be a great technique to use for Angora if you're new to this. So you want to make sure, there's just a little VM in this, I'm just going to pull it out. What you essentially do is you just pull off a staple length of the fiber, and you are going to spin from the fold. Now, in the research I did, some people hold their finger in it. You want your finger to be pointing towards your orifice or your hook on your wheel. And I will flip you guys around here in just a second when I start spinning. Some people keep their finger in, and some people actually just take their finger right out, and as long as you're holding it this way and spinning right from the top here, you're good. I don't have any issues with keeping my finger in there and holding it, so that's how I'm going to do it today. Same with the Angora. I took some and I carded it, and I left it on the carder, and I am just going to pull, I was working with some of this, I'm just going to pull a little section off here, and I'm going to fold it, and this will work the same way. So you just want a length of, and this isn't really long Angora either. This was, most of this that I just carded is probably, well, I can show you. The way you find out the staple length is you take a section of it and you pull from each end, and you're going to get small interruption. When you pull your two ends of your Angora, or any fiber, you can do this, you're going to end up with where you can't pull them anymore, and that's your staple length. So this is actually that one piece. This is my staple length. So from here to here, this is about maybe 3 inches, 4 inches. But that's how you can do your staple length on your fiber too. So I'll do a little bit of the Angora. I want to start with the bunny toes first, just to show you how to do it and what it looks like, and give you an idea of what that triangle looks like and why it does what it does with the colors too. So hold on just a second. I'm going to flip you around and show you how this works. Okay guys, I have my Spinolution Echo, and I have you guys on my neck holder that I showed you, my neat little tool. Yes, I do have an ice pack on my knee right now. I have a pickleball injury. So Scott and I started playing die-hard pickleball in August, and we have been playing 3 days a week, and my knee started bothering me actually earlier this summer as I was recovering from surgery. I don't know if it was just a lack of, my guess is it was from sitting around for 5 weeks, which is not usual, something I ever do. But it started bothering me shortly after I recovered, and it was doing good and it was doing better until I started playing pickleball. So I am taking the week off from pickleball and icing my knee. Shouldn't affect my spinning though, hopefully. So again, this is the bunny toes, the Cordale, Angora, and Shetland blend. I have a staple length pulled out, and when I say staple length, it's just, that's what they mean. A lot of times staple length is the length of the fiber, which I showed you with the Angora. So I am going to, hopefully this will work with this camera holder. I'm going to turn, and there were a couple different ways you can start drafting, connecting your fibers. One of the ones that I saw is they just kind of tuck it right in the fold there and then hold it just like that and start spinning. And I am trying to spin through the camera, so this is always awkward for me to get this started. And so that's all they do. And just a minute, let me get there. So as I'm spinning from the fold, and typically, so with trying to film this, I am really close right here with the camera. I would typically sit back just a little bit more. So again, the camera angle makes this a little bit awkward, but let me, just a minute, I want to get a different piece. That one was a bit too long. So one of the things you don't want to do is you do not want your ends to get caught into this. So that's one of the things you got to watch for. Don't have too long of a staple length in your hand, or you're going to end up spinning everything. So, and you can see the V that I'm talking about right there. That's why this is airier and fluffier, is because of that. It gets more air in it as you're spinning from the fold, and so it becomes an airier yarn. And you don't want to hold this with a death grip. You want to be real gentle in holding this. And I just have it draped over my hand. I am not squeezing here. I essentially just have it over my index finger. That's one of the things I find when I'm teaching classes, whether it be a drop spindle or a spinning wheel class, is everybody wants to death grip everything. And that's one of the hardest things to not do, or learn not to do, I think, is when you're drop spindling, not to have that death grip on that fiber, or even wheel spinning, not to have that death grip on that fiber. And I'm starting to run out. So I'm just going to finish this one off. And you can see, I think you can see how, maybe not through here, but it is quite an airier yarn. And it does stay fairly consistent. And I'm going to run out, so I'm just going to take that piece off. Let me show you. This is the Angora that I just showed you that I had carded. I'm going to spin from the fold here too, and get this drafted. There we go. Oops. Again, I'm trying to work through this camera right in my face, and I'm trying to spin through the camera. There we go. There. You can see the triangle, I think, still as I'm drafting. And this is just going to be a blended bobbin with my bunny toes and my Angora. So, yeah, that is how to spin from the fold. It does take some getting used to if you're not normally doing it. Let me pause you real quick, and I'm going to just turn you around. Okay, guys, so that is how you spin from the fold. I think I touched base on all the things that I wanted to touch base on. But yeah, it's a great technique to put into your toolbox, I think, in regards to, you know, whether it be slipperier fibers. That's a tough word today. It works great on that. So I might try some braids with this and do half and half, like I said, and spin just normal how I would spin it, and then spin from the fold, and see if I can show you guys the variance in colors. It's very subtle, but it definitely is a crisper color on the skein of yarn once you get done. So yeah, I think that's everything for today. Scott's trying to sneak out without getting into trouble. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please put them down below in the comment box. I'm always glad to answer those. I am going to edit this video and get it right up this afternoon. So it'll be... Okay, let's try that again. I hope you have a fantastic day. Please put any comments or questions down below in the question box. or in the comment section, and I'll be glad to answer those for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get to create something today. Bye.